Okay, this is another dive I made, solo dive, because I have to leave tomorrow for about a week, fly back home. Little river, it's crystal clear. It is flowing quite heavily, um, so it's a good thing I have a scooter. Today's ride, I am going to do the mud tunnel, the Harper tunnel, go around the Serpentine, loop back the other way, and then make it back. It was a great run. I like the mud tunnel and the Harper tunnel. I think they're pretty cool. And then I looked at jumps on the way back, looping around the other way. I forget what that way is called. But here I am coming in. I think I had about a 12-minute deco, which isn't bad, you know. So if I remember right, you'll see the stats. I had like 2 at 30 and then a couple at 20, and then the rest was at 10. We're making our way down here. I did look to the left. You can loop in right to the left right there. I want to try that sometime. That's what I'm looking at. And it loops right around and comes back out on the other side, just down a little further, I believe. So I need to do that early on because I was thinking I would do it afterwards. But you have too much deco built up afterwards. So I didn't try it because I think once you go in there, you're still at 40 to 60 feet. I had to kick the scooter up quite a bit today. It wasn't uncommon to be in levels 5 and 6. If you listen, you'll hear me kick it up more and more, and I'm not moving that much quicker. It's just the flow is pretty darn strong. So we're bringing down the oxygen tank to drop it off. As soon as I stop, it tries to push me back out. So that was interesting. I always try and use the directional marker up here, and I think I just got done dropping it off, and now we're headed for it's the main corridor, but we're going for the mud tunnel, which is only up, it's not that far, 100 feet or so. We had a little equipment issue prior to going in. One of my main regulator, the hose, where it screws into the high pressure fitting, the first stage I should call it, it was leaking there. And it wasn't where the O-ring is. It was back the next little notch back, about half-inch back. And I had forgotten I had tightened up once before. So after swapping out the hose, I remembered it after the dive and then tightened it up, and it's good to go now. Beautiful cave. There were 3 other rebreathers, some friends I've met recently that showed up when I was coming out. You'll see them as I come out, 2 of them. And it was good seeing them again. I saw them at P3 2 days ago. So I think I'll narrate this for you till I turn for the mud tunnel. And then one interesting thing about the mud tunnel, if you watch going in, it's pretty cool. You got 2 extremes up and down, and it's completely mud, hard mud. You don't want to touch it, because I did, just to see if it was mud, and it was. Crystal clear going in. I went till it got pretty tight, and then I turned off the scooter and went a little bit, and then I turned the dive, and then I either coasted or just did level 1 coming out. That's how strong the flow is, even in that Harper tunnel, which kind of surprised me. Of course, it's strongest out here in the main tunnel, but it was still you know, fairly strong in there. I think I'm getting ready to turn. I think that's why I stop here. I'm looking at everything. We should see the marker. I forget if it's blue or purple off to the left when I make the cut to the left. I want to say I'm in it already. We'll kind of watch here. We have a big thunderstorm going over right now, so if you hear any background noise, that's why. Definitely in the mud tunnel. Okay, here we are coming out of the mud tunnel. Back onto the main line. And then we'll follow this up to the junction, take the Serpentine, and go about 100 feet, and then we'll jump onto the Harper Tunnel. Okay, we've made it up to the junction. And turn left onto Serpentine. And then I always have to be careful here. You can miss it. It's pretty quick. It's probably within 100 feet. Make sure you listen to how much I use the scooter in this video. Flow was moving heavy. Gorgeous cave. Might be there already. I think we are. Yeah, I kind of slow down to make sure I'm there. Yeah, there's the marker. Okay, so I'm just making sure. And then we go up to Harper here, and I go as far as I can. Then I turn off the scooter and do a little more, and then I turn around, bring her back, and I coast a lot coming back because the flow is so strong. It was amazing. I had a really good time doing this, so enjoy it. This is kind of neat. This is where it starts getting a little restricted. Nothing bad. But I have to start turning off the scooter and turning it down and just trying to be real careful. Uh, this might even be my turn because I was within about 200 psi of my turn and I saw where it got real tight there. So I think if I ever wanted to explore that, I'd have to bring a stage and then commit to doing, a fairly long deco. Because I think I was just looking at everything here, deciding what I wanted to do. I think those mud hills are pretty cool. I'm guessing they're clay. Yeah, I've turned it here because we're starting to see how I've stirred it up. I even stuck my hands down in it to see if it was actually, and it's some thick, heavy stuff. You don't want to mess with that. And it kind of roller coasters here for a little bit. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know how far back in I'm getting. The markers don't tell me. It'd be nice to know though, because I did, kind of motivate a little bit to get back in here. I know it's 700 to the split, and this is, let me think about this. You split, and then you come up 100, 800, and then you go up the Harper tunnel. So I'm in a little ways, a couple 100 feet. Yeah, you don't want to, that's deceiving. You don't want to mess with it. That's why it stirs up easily. Like I said, yeah, there you go. I think that's when I tested it. I was using like either drifting or level 1. Just trying to be careful, enjoy it. I really liked it. You can see how much clearer it got. I'm coming out of the Harper tunnel again, and then turning and going up the Serpentine to the top of the loop. And then what I end up doing is hanging a right and following it back down the other way. I forget what that site's called. You can see the main flows in here though, because it's crystal clear. Okay, now we're up at the where the two lines come together, and if you go left, you go towards the whale casing and the spring source. I've been up there. It's pretty cool. It's a long ways in. Here I'm turning and moving pretty quick. I think here in a bit I take the shortcut passage and I just kind of drift through it. It was a lot of fun. So we'll see if I can show that to you when I take it. It's pretty quick. It'll be to the right. There it is. I think that's it right there. So then I just hang a right, and it's just a shortcut to that one I was just on. It comes right back out on it, and then you follow it down to where the line split initially. You'll see the big Y again, and then after that I just watch the. I look for jumps back along the way. I think you'll see me stop, and I drift a lot. Really good dive. I had to be real careful when I was decoying, especially I think it was at 20. It was wanting to blow me out. At 10, I kind of pinned myself at up underneath the tree, so that worked out well. But the 30 went okay, and then the 20 is where I had to be careful. Okay, we're back out on the main line, and we'll be hanging right and following it down to the junction, which isn't very far. And then we'll hang a left and drift our way back. I thought this marker was interesting because it was blue. Uh, I don't think I show you, but the jump I think is right to my left. That's where the 360 camera would be nice, but the clarity I was getting from it was poor. It wasn't very good at all. So I checked that out, and then I noticed up ahead it shows a double set of markers. So there must be, I need to look at the map. There must be a couple jumps right in that area. This is where it swings up and to the right, and so I have to shut it off because you have to be careful. Because it goes up, goes right. It would be real easy. I don't know if you can actually go left. I think there is something over there, so I'm always real careful. But it comes up and then it swings to the right, and you just want to be careful there. So finishing up the dive here. I think it was about a 12-minute deco, nothing bad. Some at 30, some at 20 and 10. And I cut it all out. And then I come up here and just do a little swing around. Look, see a turtle, and then look back down. And then come up to the top. And then there's some people I've met recently getting all their gear ready to go into the water. They were on rebreathers. You'll see them here in a sec. Okay, here we are finishing up. They're getting ready. They got their dive right fins on. I thought that was interesting. Their scooters. And let's see. I did help the one guy put his bungees on and his clips. I'm glad I'm not the only one that struggles with that. But hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll probably be able to do another one maybe in about a week, and the stats are right here at the end.